Yo, what's poppin' everybody? It's your boy C Double G, and today I'm here to tell you to stop killing hard bosses, stop trying to kill hard bosses, stop trying to farm for Glay to go and kill hard bosses, because you don't need to do that right now. You can very easily get the same materials and at a higher percentage by not killing bosses at all. Let me show you. Alright, so right now I'm farming for the Enduring Legacy gun, and I only need a couple of pieces left. The polyamorous Reflectatim and the nanotube blueprint. Now, you can get the common amorphous, if I'm saying that right, from doing the Albion defense, which you have to do all these rounds with a chance to get the amorphous, and then only have, I think, a 6% drop rate for that nanotube. Here we can actually look it up. So it needs the number 53 pattern. So let's look up the 53 pattern. As you can see, the Enduring Legacy nanotube blueprint is a 6% chance to drop. Now, to get a higher percent chance to drop, we have to fight hard Pyromaniac, and we don't even have that boss unlocked because we having a hard time fighting all the hard bosses by ourselves. But as you can see, there's two other options here, and those are the Void Fusion reactors. That's what we're going to be doing to be getting these drops. But first, we have to get the amorphous materials in order to do the Void Fusion reactors to get the drops that we need. And we get those by doing the outposts that are tied to them. Now, if you didn't notice, the amorphous material that we need is number 65. Now let's take a look at amorphous material pattern number 65 real quick. Oh, would you look at that? The Enduring Legacy nanotube blueprint is at 30% drop rate, or 32% drop rate, instead of 6%. So I'd rather do this than to go farm a freaking hard boss. Now, the hard boss will also drop at 32%, but I don't want to run hard mode defenses and get nothing but gold and no amorphous materials just so I can go and fight a hard boss that I don't even have unlocked or I'm not strong enough to beat yet. Now, when we go and look at the outpost, you'll immediately see number 64. What you need to do is scroll down and you'll see number 65. And that's going to be for any pattern that you do from an outpost. You're going to have to scroll down to see that your amorphous material is there. But it says additional rewards for successful infiltration. And what that means is you have to go into the outpost and activate all of those cells instead of destroying them outright without being detected by the ads. This is where Sharon is going to come in very handy. If you don't have her yet, I suggest farming her before doing this because it makes it a lot easier. And I've tried doing it without Sharon, and I feel like they're bugged because the ads constantly spawn, and they're not supposed to constantly spawn to do this with any other character. But you're going to go with Sharon, turn invisible, and then go and activate all of the cells. If you do get detected like I just did, it's okay. Just leave the zone and let the timer run out for you to fail it. Then turn invisible again and rinse and repeat. Do it all over again. All you're going to do is turn invisible and then start activating the machines. Now, sometimes you have time to do 2 of them, sometimes you have time to do all 3, and sometimes you only have time to do 1 at a time. Just hide behind the orange wall and then go as close to it as possible, and it won't count as you leaving the zone. Then when your cooldown is up, you can just re-invis and then do the last 1 or the last 2, and then kill the final boss, and you'll have your opportunity to get the amorphous that you're trying to get. I suggest adding cooldown reduction and ability extension or skill extension to your Sharon, as well as health and shield or health and defense to run these, because it'll make her invis last longer and her cooldown shorter, and it makes running these a lot smoother. But if you don't have that, you can extend the timer of the outposts so that way you can do it at whatever pace you want to do it at if you don't want to invest a lot of stuff into Sharon. Now extending the timer on these outposts is very easy. You just gotta look around the area that you are in the map for this symbol over here. Go to these radars and interact with them. That will then extend your timer for the outpost. It says it on the top right corner. Surveillance tower has been whatever, and it extended your timer. And there's 3 in each area, but you're not gonna really need 3. Activating one of them should be more than enough time for your cooldowns on a base Sharon without anything invested into her. Now you're gonna want to put HP and defense on her because these things do hurt, especially on hard mode. But you don't have to invest in cooldown. You don't have to invest in a skill extension or anything like that because it really doesn't matter if you can extend the timer. Just make sure you're invisible for each one of these until you get all 3 and then kill the boss to then hopefully get your drops. Also, don't be scared of dying. I've died plenty of times. You still get your rewards and you still get the kill. Just don't die more than 5 times. Alright, now that we have amorphous material pattern number 65, we're going to go look at it in our inventory, hover over it, and then click linked reconstructed device info. That's L by default on mouse and keyboard. I don't know what it is on controller, but just click that linked reconstructed device info to show you which void you're going to go to. So when I click on it, it says Sterile Land Hard, Sterile Land Restricted Zone. So I need to go to the one that's in the restricted zone of the Sterile Lands. So as you can see, we scroll down to the bottom. It's the restricted zone, and this is the Abyssal Void Fusion Reactor that we need. And as you can see, you need 38 polymer void shards to do it and 7 organic void shards. So now we need to go farm for these void shards. And it's very simple to do so. We need to just find the void that drops both of them. And you want to find the one that drops more polymer than it does organic, but you also want them to drop both. So we're just going to look around the maps to see which ones we can find. Alright, so over here in the Vespers, we found a void fragment that if you scroll down, you can see what type of voids it drops. And it drops 13 polymer void shards and 2 organic, which is perfect because we need way more polymer than we do organic. So a few runs of this and we'll be able to run our amorphous through the void fragment. So in order to do these, you need to come with a descendant that matches the attribute of that void fragment. The one I'm going to do is solar or fire, which I'm going to be doing with Blair, but you'll see the other ones are non-attribute, which you need to come with a descendant that has non-attribute, or this one over here has chill, which you would have to come with a descendant that has chill, like Fiesa. But I'm doing fire, so I'm going to come with Blair, and we're just going to have to kill a bunch of ads and farm that until we have enough materials. So once you get to the void reactor, you're just going to use your ability that matches the element. It's going to break 1/3 of it. Then you're going to have to kill a wave of enemies. It's going to tell you how many you have to kill. Then you go back to the void reactor again, use another ability on it, break it another 1/3, and then do a second wave of enemies. After killing that second wave of enemies, you do a 3rd ability on the void to break it completely, and that's when you'll get your rewards. As you can see at the bottom right, I get my polymer and my organic void shards, and you can just wait a couple seconds for this void to respawn and rinse and repeat the process. It spawns back really quickly. I'm gonna just let this play out in real time to show you how quickly this thing actually spawns. And it's back already. So then just use your ability on it again to break it and rinse and repeat. So once you've done enough farming, you can check if you have enough of the void shards that you need. I needed, the polymer and the organic, and I have enough. So all you have to do is, if you forgot, go to your amorphous, click L or whatever it is on console to make sure you go to the correct void reactor, and then go there and deposit them. Once you get there, just interact with the machine, and then a boss will spawn. Now, by no means is this boss going to be 100% easy, depending on, how much you've invested into your character or whatever it is. These bosses can be pretty tough, but it's 1,000 times easier than a void intercept boss. You just kill this boss. You can die a couple times if you have to, because sometimes you'll run out of ammo or you'll run out of mana because there's not always other trash ads that you can kill around you. But you just kill this dude, he'll become immune a couple times. All void interceptor, not void interceptor, all void reactor bosses or whatever aren't the same, but this is the only one I've fought so far. And he brings up his shield and you gotta shoot out the shield. Yada yada yada, nothing you haven't done before. After you kill him, one of those green reactors will pop up just like in an interceptor boss, and you can react with it and then claim your reward. Now when you react with it, you'll see the 64 and the 65, or whichever the two drops from the outpost that you were farming. The 64 will drop certain items, and then the 65 will drop others. The one I need comes from the 65, and it has a 32% drop rate. So we're hoping that this is the one that we get for this one. We don't want to use the shape stabilizer because it lowers the chances, so we're going to use it. And we got exactly what we were looking for on the very first try, on the very first amorphous that we got. So this is how you should be doing things if you can't do hard bosses. You're gonna still need to farm hard bosses in the future for external components and for the set bonuses and for red mods. But when it comes to getting descendants and ultimate descendants and unique weapons, hard bosses are completely unnecessary. And I think this is a very good alternative, if not even a better alternative than killing hard bosses. But anyways, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like and comment if you have any questions. And for more First Descendant videos like this one, make sure you hit that sub button. It's been your boy CGG, and I hope you have a dope ass day. Deuces.